Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sunday edition of Butch On Sports. Simply Butch is here, and as always, thanks for tuning in. Yes, daylight saving time. How do you like it, boys and girls? You get an extra hour of daylight, but if you go to work in the morning, you'll be going in the dark. Oh, well. Exchanges. And it was the St. Patrick's Day parade in downtown Detroit. It hasn't been done in a couple of years. But I think life is grand again on Michigan Avenue, as I saw on telly, of course, there. I was not down there physically. A lot of people. Okay. And happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody if I don't do it on a Wednesday, and knowing that good and well is on a Thursday. Let's get to some sports news, okay, that you can't get enough of. And this is kind of sad in regards to me starting the show off with this, but I've got to do it because this is an important person there. The Detroit Pistons released today that legendary play-by-play announcer George Blaha will miss the remaining of the 2021-22 NBA season due to a heart bypass procedure slated to take place on Tuesday, March the 15th. Doctors have diagnosed and need the procedure to go in a routine checkup complete early this week in anticipation for a full recovery there. George is resting comfortably under directions of doctors, and the team will update his status later this week. That's what has been told in this particular announcement from the Detroit Pistons. Blah said, I'm disappointed to miss the rest of the remaining season, but my health is the number one priority right now, and I have a great team of doctors guiding my short-term and long-term health needs, said Blaha. I am grateful that they caught my issue early and expected a full recovery. I'm looking forward to getting back to full speed with rest and rehabilitation during the off-season and returning next season, or next year, of course, for my 47th season calling the Piston games, period. We wish George the greatest success in the world, getting better. And yes, your health is the number one priority. I know that, and a whole lot of people out there agree with that particular phrase, that pay. Take care of your health, boys and girls. Meanwhile, with the Pistons there, the Pistons, they did it again, boys and girls. The Clippers, they shook off a slow start, and they beat up the Detroit Pistons fresh at home by a final score. I mean, the Pistons at home, that is 106 to 102. Pistons had an 18-point lead. However, they blew it again, and all is well in the city of Detroit and their basketball team. I would like to say enough. Me and my friend had a conversation about the Pistons, and we discussed some things that I'm not going to kind of talk about right now on radio until about the end of the season there. But observation is the key. Now, I do observe that the Pistons are making games a lot more closer versus a time and place where the Pistons was getting their brains just kicked down the street. And occasionally that still happens for this particular team. Pistons need a lot of work, especially on defense. They need a lot of work, accepting the fact that the game is won in the fourth quarter. And the Pistons haven't realized that yet. I still think, and I feel that the Pistons regime should take a very close look at the administration staff of the Pistons and how they're running it there. There's some things need to be changed and some things that can't be explained, not prior to the end of the season when you ask the questions. But certain things just don't make sense. Yes, we all go through injuries. All teams do that. Some worse than others. But the Pistons, with the dialogue of people coming in, making this team a whole heck of a lot better. And I've seen that with one individual this year, and that is Mr. Bagley from Sacramento coming in and making a huge deal with Detroit Pistons. Too bad we don't have a couple more. And when we do, they're hurt, injured, or they cannot play. And that's not a big, huge parameter for a team right now who is expected more and giving less. I don't like bells. Not ringing on the show here, so that'll shut that down for a minute here while I keep the show blowing. The Detroit Tigers announced that 17 players have been invited to Major League spring training, which will start tomorrow on Monday, as today was a day that many of the writers and whatnot who travel down to Florida get and meet and greet the Tigers, have a conversation with the managers and certain people who are be running the show this year. But tomorrow it all gets started. Yes, the Tigers, did I say the Pistons? No, the Tigers. The baseball team. The Tigers invited 10 pitchers to training camp. 10. Oh boy, that's a lot of pitchers, including with those pitchers like Drew Carlton, Garrett Hill, Ty Maddox, Madden, I should say, Ricardo Pinto, Dylan Smith, Will Vest, Logan Shore, Jacob Barnes, Bo Bridges. I mentioned them all. One catcher, that's Dylan Dingler. 4 infielders, Ryan Kiesler, Josh Lester, Jack Lopez, Spencer Torkelson. 2 outfielders, Riley Green, Jacob Robinson. Or Jacob Robson, I should say. I'll get pronunciations down to a science. Give me a week, boys and girls. The week's first spring training, as I said earlier, will start tomorrow on Monday. You want to go down to Lakeland, you can still do that. You can go to Tigers.com, see what games and tickets they got available, and how you get down there, I wish you well. With the gas prices the way they are. Or maybe you're just going to take a jet or plane or train or whatever. Greyhound. You can go see the Tigers doing spring training. Good luck there. The NFL training frenzy has begun, boys and girls. NFL free agents are available for the picking. And teams who want to get ahead of the game, I'll be going after some of those players. Von Miller's available, Chandler Jones available, defensive back J.C. Jackson's available, and Tyrann Mathieu, he's available. Wide receiver Allen Robinson and others. Other players are going to be dead on the market. There's a whole heck of a lot of people. Quarterbacks seem to be the number one subject, with a whole lot of media people and shows throughout the country and around the world. Not with me. Lions, we just want you to get better so you can go to the playoffs. However you do it right. That's all I'm going to say about that one. But we'll be hearing all kind of football news down the road a piece. I thought Michigan played Minnesota in hockey for the college, right for the winner of the Big Ten, and I can't find the score. Or maybe I didn't make the grand effort, maybe, because, yes, the pickings of who's going to the NCAA Final Fours and then forth, as 68 teams get picked around, and maybe I'll make some comments about this later, but let's first and foremost get to the real nitty-gritty. Michigan State made it there. They'll be playing Davidson, okay? Michigan State is not ranked higher than Davidson, by the way. No, yes, they are. And I don't know why and don't know. No, Davidson is ranked higher than Michigan State. Just check that. Oh, boy. That is going to be a good game. If Michigan State can get out of there beating up the Davidson, they have a chance to play Duke. That's going to be good. This is the biggest surprise of them all, and I'm quite sure conversations about this particular school is going to be the head topic for a lot of shows for the next 3 or 4 days, when it doesn't make any bit of sense. What's done is done. University of Michigan with a 17-14 record, they will be playing Colorado State, who is 25-5 in the South region. In Indy, close pickings for the University of Michigan on that one. I think the University of Michigan State is playing in the West Division, on the west side of the things here. Oh, and a lot of people are mad, I know it, especially Dayton, which they have beat this year Kansas and Virginia Tech, who, by the way, beat Duke to be the champions of their particular. And that's a huge reason why Virginia Tech got in there. You take care of business in the conference championship where it's an automatic bid, you could be the slop jar of the doggone conference and reign supreme like a whole heck of a lot of teams did this past March. And then some. And there's a whole lot of teams, St. Peter's and St. Mary's, which is always traditionally a good team. San Francisco Dons, you don't hear about them in a long time, but when you hear about them, first thing you think of is Bill Russell and Casey Jones. In my day, that's the first thing you think of. I still think of it. But they don't get a lot of notoriety, yet again, they did it this year. But you're going to hear a whole heck of a lot of stories during the next week. Starting on Tuesday, the fun begins. I do believe it's True TV, where you can see all 4 games on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then the real fun begins on Thursday. Yep, the real fun begins on Thursday. And Friday and Saturday and Sunday, wall-to-wall basketball. From 12 noon to who knows when in the next day. I can faithfully say that. Congratulations, by the way. The Big Ten got 9 teams in. The most of all the conferences throughout the country. The Big Ten is hitting on wood here. The one thing, let me see. Indiana has to play a play-in game. I can't understand that one. I still can't understand it. The reasoning behind it. But I got a good idea, and I'll talk about that tomorrow on the Game Sports Show with Scott Nason, Dave McKay, and a whole heck of a lot of people here to have some fun with this one. Because the evidence is lurking right in front of your face. And I'll disclose it tomorrow. It's pretty funny indeed, but you know what? It is what it is. We're talking about high school sports. Let's start off with the girls here, okay? Let's start off with the girls. So, by the way, let me go before I start off with the girls of Michigan High School. Congratulations to, right now they're in that pool party of the girls' NCAA picks as well. Just as exciting, just as thrilling, and a lot of good teams involved in that one too. And a lot of people, maybe if you don't check out the girls' basketball scenery, it's worthwhile looking at as well. So put some emphasis in that as well and check out some of those games. Majority is on ESPN. Maybe, just maybe, ABC. I'm quite sure they'll be using the ESPN Plus, which I hate so very much, and Hulu to show a lot of those games for the women. This is Women's Month here. And since the Title IX been passed, 50 years, still ain't no equality in how you watch TV. Amazing, huh? Yep, amazing indeed. Hey, girls' high school sports here in the southeastern part of the Michigan there. It's some contenders. But this week is the quarterfinals for the girls there. Main game we'll be watching in Division 1. It will be Wayne Memorial and Riverview. Riverview is a huge surprise. And I might go watch that one. In Division 2, Portland, which is 23-1, they take on Detroit Edison 16-3. And the other one of interest for the girls is Detroit Country Day, who was 12-7. They'll be going against Marysville, which is 22-2. A lot of interest in those particular games for the girls there. Now the boys, a lot of stuff was going on this week in the in the districts. River Rouge get beat up by Detroit Western, which I root for as well here. Lovely indeed. They showed them. Don't mean no harm for River Rouge, because they normally every year is a competitor when it comes down to basketball supremacy there. But not this year, boys and girls. They got knocked off on a Monday. It'll be 1 week to tomorrow. They are sitting home, I guess with nothing to do, but turn in their uniforms and stuff and go to class. And a lot of surprises there. Of course, Romulus is in there, Belleville, a whole lot of good teams there. Lincoln Park was a surprise, and they beat their particular. They beat Allen Park in an overtime thriller, and took care of business as well. And of course, you got Division 2, which is a lot of good teams, Country Day, etc. Still in the fight there. Division 3 out there in the downriver area, E-Course is still playing up. They're still in the regionals. They won. So congratulations to them. But there's a whole lot going on in the state of Michigan with the girls basketball quarterfinals starting off on Tuesday. They'll move on to East Lansing to take care of business on the semifinals on Thursday and Friday, and the finals on Saturday. This upcoming week is the girls basketball in the state of Michigan. Unless you go into an all-star game or play an AAU or something. And the boys, yes, the regionals. We'll get a closer look at that Wednesday, because those brackets can break down considerably there. Who to watch for maybe Friday, if I have time. Who knows? With all these trades going on in the NFL, free agency, Detroit Pistons messing up, and I ain't forgot about you, the Detroit Red Wings, who allow a goaltender to shut you out 2 times in a season. Calgary did it to you, 3-0 zip. Red Wings defense, they all should drop their head. Maybe not show up the rest of the season. They stand around, they do absolutely nothing. I believe that game yesterday against Calgary, if it wasn't for Thomas Grice as the goaltender, that game would have been 9-0. Offense was non-existent. And there it is. Plain and simple. I'm not going to get gap anymore there. I'm going to let it be. Butch On Sports is a presentation of Omar Darling Productions. Check out Butch On Sports on Facebook. Always, boys and girls, Butch On Sports on Facebook. Hey, or go to the home page at Podomatic.com. Type in SIMPLYBUTCHTOO.Podomatic.com. You can also go to the Game Sports Show at thegamesportshow.podbean.com and get the goodies there. And also, tomorrow night, I haven't heard anything different, we'll be doing the show, the Game Sports Show, with Scott Nason, Dave McCaig, and myself, along with guests, and a whole lot of goodies. I'm quite sure we'll have conversation humongous about the NFL, hockey going on, basketball, local and national, of course, 6 to 8 o'clock on News Talk 1400, Sault Ste. Marie. Hey, I'm done. Have a very good beginning of the week, boys and girls. Enjoy yourself celebrating the night if you got any reason to do so. But do it safely, please. Have a good day.